Hey guys, ComicMars here. Just taking my Ninja in for its 300k health check. Just taking it back to the local dealer. Riding in this shitty weather. So I thought I might do a quick recap review of one of the bikes that I test rode not so long ago. It's a shame that I can't get it again to do a review while I'm on it, so I just thought I'd do a quick one. I can throw in a couple of pictures from when I took it. I took it through the Royal National Park. It was a pretty fun day, but I didn't have my camera set up at the time, so I kind of missed out on that little opportunity. Anyway, so the bike I'm going to look at is the KTM RC390 or 390 RC. I'm not really sure which way around that's supposed to go. So it's a 390cc single cylinder for the learner category, and I had some good and some very bad experiences with it. I rode it to work. I was doing a trade show in Parramatta, and the gear selector actually snapped off, and when I called KTM in WA to get a replacement, they told me that they had 300 on back order because they'd had to do a redesign on it. So that was a bit of a concern. I ended up finding one locally that I could put back on it so I could keep riding it, but a lot more aggressive position than the Ninja and the R3, a little bit more torque, obviously being a big single. It was a great bike to ride. Through the National it was brilliant. Being in that aggressive position was great. The only thing that drove me nuts on it was the seat was just like concrete. You really couldn't spend too much time on it. I think if you were taking it to a track day, you'd have a ball. Probably more fun than you would on this. Maybe even more fun than you'd have on the R3. But you certainly wouldn't want to ride it home afterwards. It was yeah, very solid. And obviously being in the full cafe racer position, you bent over a lot. I mean, I'm not a small guy either. I'm sort of just shy of 6 foot, unfortunately 5'11", 1 inch. But anyway, so yeah, taking it for the ride through the National Park was brilliant. The ride back, which was mostly freeway, was a giant punish. Did have an awesome readout. Its gauges were amazing. I'll throw a picture of the gauges up for you as well. So it had a shift light, your gear indicator. So yeah, that side of it was brilliant. But yeah, it was just so solid. And obviously with the gear selector breaking off at my foot, I was lucky that I was at a car park at the time. I was just changing it down in a first, and then I heard the ding 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 of steel on the ground. I think the biggest difference is when I had a look at it, they use a cast model. So when you look at, you know, most dirt bikes or this and the R3, their gear selectors are steel rod. So, you know, even if you drop it on it, it's just going to bend, and you've got a hope of bending it back. But because the KTM one was cast, any pressure on it in the wrong direction, and the thing's just going to break. And considering, I think the price is $7,990 right away. I think, if I'm wrong, I'll put it up on the side somewhere around here. But aside from that, you know, if it was a bit cheaper, if it was around the $6 grand mark or $5.5 grand mark, it'd be a brilliant bike. I would actually recommend it quite highly. But being one of the most expensive bikes in the category, it just had, you know, a bit of a cheap finish to it. Had a nice exhaust. I mean, it sounded like a dirt bike because it's just a big single. As I said, it was great to ride. The suspension was a little bit firm, and that goes with the seat being a little bit firm as well, I guess. Which made, you know, commuting on it, you'd hate it. You wouldn't want to be on it for too long. But if you're out there to have a blast for a day or a weekend or whatever, I think it'd be a good choice. I still wouldn't rate it as highly as I rate the R3 or the Ninja. Out of the bikes that I've ridden, it's probably R3, the Ninja with a close second, and then the KTM would be probably third. Although it would be I don't know which one I preferred out of the KTM and the CBR 500, to be honest. I think the KTM was a lot more exciting than the CBR 500. Yeah, that's my sort of recap review on it. It was a good bike. Just to me, the price of it and the finish of the bike didn't seem to match. There was just a few things that made it look a little bit cheap. Plus it is one of those bikes that to look at you either love or hate. I think from a profile from the side it's quite a pretty bike, but there's something about the headlight on the front that's turned me off it a little bit. But everybody's different, that's just a matter of opinion, I guess. So again, I know you guys don't really like sort of recap ones, you'd rather see the guy on the bike, but unfortunately I test rode a few bikes for quite some distance without actually having my camera or anything set up, so that made it kind of difficult. Oh, I hate riding in the rain because I've got glasses, they all fog up and everything gets a bit duller. You can have all the wind open, but when you start to talk and shit, it still starts to fog up. Anyway guys, I'd like to thank everybody, man, for the views. I can't believe that. You know, I did this just for fun after watching a few people, you know, watching a couple of the other motor vloggers. I thought, it just seems like something entertaining to do while you're riding, especially if you're by yourself. Gives you something to do other than just look at the scenery. But yeah, you know, over 5,000 views on my my videos in 2 weeks is more than I was expecting, guys. That's amazing. So yeah, cheers for everybody that's clicked on and had a look. It's yeah, it's blown me away a little bit. Hopefully the trend will keep up. So yeah, that might do me now. I'm just about to go to the get to the guys that I bought it from. If anybody's local, I'm sure you know who it is. I'm gonna have a chat with them actually, see if they're gonna let me ride a few things of theirs, and if they do, then I'll plug them. I might do a video on the way home and let you know how I go. But yeah, anyway, thanks guys, cheers.